my art stream. Uh, yes, where it's getting more often than I'm doing art stream, but I just thought that I will show you this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful site, which is a unique park full of different types of mimosa. And this year was a very cold year for the mimosa to blossom in its usual time, like January, February. So I was very lucky because before I didn't have time to come and see mimosa. Then it's still here, so I thought, well, I will come and draw it. Look at these beautiful bushes. It's almost end of the season, but it's still mimosa here, and I never been in this park, and it has like 100 of different types of mimosa. And also behind, if you see the hill, on the hill, these yellow patches, it's actually wild mimosa forests. I am on the French Riviera, and where is the most of mimosa coming all around the world. So I am thinking that I'm gonna sketch the nice mimosa trees. This park is allowed for the dogs, so it's a little bit challenging to have a straight soil. I'll remove the hat. Um, yeah, so this behind me is a dwarf mimosa. In fact, mimosa is the plant called not mimosa but acacia, and most of it is coming originally from Australia. But there are some European mimosa uh, bushes, and some of them they are really spectacular. So I have to say that one in front of me is spectacular, and that one. So let me see if I can which one I will sketch first. So this small one, which is also, I think it's from Australia, it's pretty much spectacular. So and it's not even finished blossoming. Let me see where it is. Okay, here I'm adjusting the place, and I'm gonna set up my easels. And also I'm gonna put I make microphone so you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, okay, I can see the thumbs up, so maybe you can hear. So I'll accommodate my easel inside the hole made by the dogs. So let's see if you can see. Up, up. For me, mimosa is always the beginning of a new year. So when the Christmas finished, we're all waiting for mimosa that will bring us the hope for the spring. And the spring is starting on Riviera around 7th, around the end of the January. So this year, the spring is starting actually in March, as we can see, mimosa is still here. So I have that wonderful bush over there. So I'm gonna sketch it with my Japanese ink. So please join me and see how I will do it. A little bit of ink. Look, lots of dogs in this area. So let's see. That's a kind of a very a rather old mimosa, and it has a very not many flowers like you would usually think, but it's very beautiful bush. And it's very interesting to discover in this park that every different mimosa has a different types of the leaves, and that's what make it different because the flowers looks like pretty the same, but the leaves are different definitely. So when I will finish my drawing, I'll make a little bit of tour around this garden.
It's actually in Japan. If it would be in Japan, they would charge money and have a lot of little cafes, and it will be all around the subject of mimosa, which is like a great subject because it's a sunny, it's a positive flower, and it has so many uh, different types of it. So people would come and watch and make a photos. I went to one of these kind of parks in Japan for the wisteria, for the wisteria blossoming, and it was amazing because they collected so many wisteria trees that it was very incredible to see them because they were different shapes, different types, and different flowers and different colors as well. And they had those two amazingly huge trees. I think they're like about 100 or 200 years old, which was like enormous. You would never guess that that was one tree. And there was thousands and thousands of people who was queuing to get in for quite a lot of money to see that. So I'm just like, yeah, it would be great if they will do this here. That would be like absolutely amusement park. So people will can come and have inspired mimosa drink. As you probably know, the mimosa drink already exists, and as well as mimosa salad. And if you didn't know what is mimosa drink, it's champagne with orange juice. I think it's made in America, but I might be wrong. So now I will do the background is has a darker trees, and it's actually quite nice because it's shaping up the mimosa tree. And here is the pathway. So I'll just do the pathway, and the grass is going down because it's a hilly place here. And here is a very tiny, some strange mimosa bush. It's probably a dwarf bush or something, but I don't know what it is. And here is the trees. Very beautiful area. And I'm speaking about the mimosa food, and mimosa salad is the egg yolk, egg whites, some tuna, canned tuna, and I think maybe some rice. And that's is the and a little bit of mayonnaise, and that's called the mimosa salad. Sometimes I need to think what I'm doing on the paper, so I will be. So here is another trees. Still quite cold for the spring is like very cold here, but today is at least sunny day because the winter was pretty rough here and cold and rainy, which is not like it used to be. So here is a little bit of grass. So I'm just putting a little bit of. It's very dry here, so it's not so much grass in here. And I'll put a little bit of. There's more flowers here. Bonjour. Oui, il y a beaucoup de choses à peindre. Donc, oui. Il y a combien de pieds, de différents types de centaines, oui, je veux. Ouais. Ouais, moi, je connais un peu, peut-être deux, trois différents types, mais ici, vraiment, c'est bien qu'il fait ça. Ouais. C'est les villes de Naples. Ah ouais. Si vous voyez qui c'était l'idée, c'est magnifique. Parce que moi, avant, j'ai monté à Tanneron, mais les routes là, c'est ouf. Donc, je suis ravie que j'ai pu garer ici avec tous les moyens matériels et j'ai fait les différents. Oui, super. C'est bien, madame. Merci. Allez, bonne journée. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, we had local gardener. So this, the gardener said that this garden was made by the city. So Kudos to the city of Mandelieu sur Naples for this beautiful initiative. Sums up for this place and for this city hall because it's a great idea. I'm getting a little bit warm, so I will be putting the head for the sun and I dress down. So this one is done. So this is the tree that is over there. And now I will do that small tree over here. Do we see it? Tick, 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 tick. Here, this one. So I will turn a little bit of my easel and I'll stabilize my tripods. As I'm not Mr. Beast, I don't have 25,000 people helping me and filming me and preparing my materials, so I have to do it all by myself, which is it's okay. I can manage. The usually artists we are the lonely wolves, so it's not. It's what we enjoy, the lonely wolfness of our profession. So the dogs did a crazy job here. Here are, if we do here, and I'll put in here, you will see the bush and me sketching. Beautiful. So let's see what kind of bush is that. So again, Mimosa official name is Acacia. So this bush, it's written here, is Acacia hoviti clair de lune, and it's from Europe, so it's European Mimosa. And speaking about the Mimosa production, Mimosa flower became very famous in 19th century and started to be produced basically end of 19th century, but a lot here on Riviera in 1920s and 1990s, and they were shipping like 40,000 ton, I think. I might be wrong. A lot every day by the train all around Europe, and so they had a huge production of it here. And nowadays, they still have a big production because every 8th of March, all around Europe, they're shipping the flowers for the 8th of March, which is International Women Day, and this is like International Women Day flower. And so, yeah, so they have this production for a long time here. So let's do the tick, tick, tick. I'm trying to hear that. So if I do here, you will see the bush I'm sketching and what I'm sketching. Up. The ground is not very straight here. Okay, this will be rather easy because it's like a willow mimosa and it's not really big, so it's actually a rather wonderful, beautiful plant tree. So we have a big shadow under it, which does show where is the mimosa flowers. Then will be easier to find them. And it's even still sleeping. So if you think that those kind of brownishy ochre color flowers, they're actually not opened yet. So I'm actually in a good time when they're half open. If I have a car, I will come maybe even next week to sketch it. Because next week I might be doing live from a very interesting place, which is the ceramic capital of Riviera, Valoris. Gonna go there to see my friend ceramics. So join me for that trip as well. Yeah. Then there we have here a very nice lawn, and it's go here and here. And there at the back we have a dry tree, but it's not dry, but it's not open yet, so some kind of tree. And behind is a big tree. There's a little bit of mimosa at the end, but in front there's a big round dark tree. I think it's an evergreen tree. Maybe it's some kind of like Mediterranean oak that's evergreen oaks. And then behind that one is eucalyptus, which is also, I think, came from Australia. And if any of you are from California, you probably know that eucalyptus, there are quite few eucalyptus around Newport Beach and Balboa Island, especially on the Marine Avenue. And they were brought there because they are growing very fast and they're very good wood. And I remember the story that sadly they couldn't harvest that wood for some reason. And so the trees are stayed there. And that's how the eucalyptus tree went to California and why it is there. So here we are. We have this big tree, then there is behind is another tree, and here is eucalyptus trees, which are darker than mimosa. So I will just do a little bit of darkness there. It's like a whole forest of eucalyptus tree, and this is like a sleeping tree, which probably will have leaves in about a couple of weeks. I think it's actually maybe a sakura tree, looking like something like that. So here is that one, and then there is a road. So I'll put the passage here, and then there is another mimosa, huge mimosa tree over here. Up, so you can see what I'm doing. And here is a little bit of darkness. So this is mimosa tree, and before it there is some darkness down. So this is a mimosa tree. It's actually mimosa tree. When this one is probably mimosa bush, so it can be rather large trees as well. So here we do the eucalyptus forest. And here we have, I just add a little bit of more mimosa drops. And a little bit of grass. Maybe I will stop here. If I want to put, if I want to put something more, as every artist know, it's better. Bonjour. It's better not to, because less is more, right? So I'll stop on that. At the end of the day, there are hundreds of different types of mimosa for me to draw. So that's what I'm gonna do. Signature. And here we are with the European mimosa bush, which I sketched. Uh, Salut, whoever wrote to me. And I will be probably will sketch that beautiful tree, which is kind of bush tree, and it just has such a flourish, so many flowers that it's just like amazing constructed bush. So let me change my position. So if you see that tree will be sitting here, okay. So first I'll remove this one so it's dry. What I also love in this park is that they have place for seat, so they have a wooden seats here, as it is a park, and so it means that I can easily to put all my stuff here on whole bench, and it's easy for me to afterward to walk. So let's do that. One, two, and it's also wonderful weather, sunny, almost no wind, warm, wonderful. Because if you followed me from my last art stream, I was in Canal de Midi a couple days ago. It was a very, very heavy wind. So I managed to do some drawings, and actually, the wind was very kind to me. But it was really cold and windy. So I'm enjoying my Mediterranean sun. Okay, let's do the tree. I think because it is, I like the mountain as well. So I'll just do it vertically if I can. A little bit preparation always helps. So this is my model over there. And let me put, so you can see what I'm doing. Here we are. Maybe a little bit over here. Up. So for all the newcomers, I am in the French Riviera in a city called Mandelieu, Napoli, in a very unique uh, park, which features more than 100 types of mimosa. And that's what I'm drawing today. Mimosa is my model. And that tree over there is my big model right now. It's very interesting to draw the yellow bush full of yellow flowers in black. But I also brought with me some oil pastels, so I will do the oil pastels and colors also. But yeah, this right now I'm doing it with black ink. So the mountains that you see behind the mimosa, it's actually the Mediterranean Alps, and particularly this area here is the biggest in Europe mimosa wild forest. And in fact, because it is not endemic, it's invasive plant. I think there used to be a program to remove it because it's multiplying very fast every year, and it's very aggressive to local flora. I'm not sure if it's they're still doing uh, this program, but it used to be there. So this is the heel of the tunnel, I think. Ah, tick, 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 tick. I think I did attach it. I did attach it not in the right way. Okay. So there's the wind. Here. So now I have to correct a little bit those splashes, but it's easy because the mountain is full of mimosa as well. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it with the mimosa, behind mimosa. This one is Mimosa here, and then there is a mimosa there. So there's another hill over here with lots of buildings. I used to go to this forest and draw it every year, as I said before. But this year, uh, the rental company gave me enormous car, so I can't really go there because it's too big for me on this small road. So behind the mimosa, I can see the beautiful, beautiful pine tree. So that's will be the pine tree here. Do the little bit of a hill over here, going this way. And so it means that this one here, the mimosa, is going this direction. So here is some green bush, and then there is a small forest, another mountain at the back, which we don't really see, but it should be there. With some not mimosa forest, I'd say, maybe pines, maritime pines. And here is we have a passage that goes like that, and it goes here this way. So this mimosa is more like again willow, so it's going a little bit down the flowers, and also on the sides. So it's finishing here. So this here I have to do the a little bit of contrast so we can see the where's mimosa finish. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's a big hole here. Almost fell down. There we are. And to make it as a grass, I would say I will do it with the stripes. And you're imagining that this is a grass. And this part will be white. So what I will do other things, I will use a smaller brush for making flowers. I don't know about other artists, but I'm sometimes very lazy or just don't have time to wash my brushes, and sometimes they're impossible to clean after they, for example, oil. So what I did, thanks to Amazon, I have an abonnement. I'm receiving every month or every 2 months, for example, this kind of Japanese ink brush set. It's just new one. I just received it, I think, yesterday. And the same I do for the oil paintings and my ink, traveling ink brushes. So it's very convenient for the artist because it's much cheaper sometimes to buy a new brush than to spend time of washing it. Mind you, I do like washed brushes. It's a very kind of meditation for me when you are like have to think about or you're tired of everything. You just go and wash the brushes with the white spirit and soap if you're doing with oil. So I do like it as well. But I have this kind of brush technique when I just order every month at home. So I'm gonna do a little bit of mimosa kind of falling because it's a very interesting mimosa, very traditional mimosa kind of thing. So kind of flower shape, which is going down like a rain, like in drops of rain. Or actually, it's, what it does remind me, it's remind me of the grapes, like like the grapes growing like this, and so they're like bunch of grapes. Bunch of mimosa. Here we are. This is another mimosa site. Hello, Mira. Hello, Mira. Oh, you're Takaya's friend. Oh, Miran, of course I remember you. Yes, I was trying to contact you. Thank you for writing me here. Yes, I'm gonna be back to Japan for my exhibition in Hokkaido. I'm coming end of April because my design of koinobori will be featured during the Koinobori Festival in Midtown. So I will come there for the opening. I think it's 26th of April. And my exhibition is in Hokkaido in city Teshikaga in the museum. It's starting from 14th of May. So I will be there. So yes, absolutely. Let's meet up in Tokyo. I'll be happy to see you in Tokyo. Yeah, please send me. I probably have my contact. Please send me like email or some contact to you because I don't have any emails to you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see you in Tokyo. Oh, I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. Greetings from French Riviera. I am in the site of the Mimosa right now. I'll just finish this drawing so I can sign and then do some other things. Here we are. So small signature and that's the bush. Great, great, Mirena. Thank you so much. Yes, looking forward. Please send me the message. Yes, and see you in Tokyo. Okay, guys. So what I'm seeing, so another wonderful tree. I'll have to move then because I thought I will be standing there under that bush. And so first I will have to, oh, mind you, I will do the color version of it because I'm nicely laid out here. Then this is the usual Wednesday alarm for the training alarm or something. So please don't be afraid. Nothing wrong here. It's the usual thing in here in south of France. Yeah, it's always kind of annoying when they start doing this alarm, but well, if they have, they must, they have. So let's do the color. So I have here, I have actually more extra there. I have my favorite Sennelier, yep, Sennelier oil pastel. Here, and so I'll try to do some color. So I'm doing it on the uh, canvas paper. Usually I have a special paper for the oil pastel, but I didn't know where I put it because I was doing a lot of plein air about a few weeks ago, and I couldn't find it very fast today. So this is a little bit too yellow. So we'll put a little bit less yellow. Maybe there's some. I need a little bit of lemony yellow, which I have in my other oil pastel, less glamorous than the other one, but still useful. So this is how I see the tree. So the tree is having this kind of pointy bits, and this part is the most it has the most flowers, so I'll just put it in there. And then it has much less leaves right now than the other trees. So this part is in the shadow, so I'll just continue here. And the top part seems to me a little bit out of flowers. It's finished there, so it's early flowers. And so now I'll have to find the dark green and light green. So I'd say maybe here end of the tree will be this color. Yeah. Nature has such amazing color variations of green, and here is as well a little bit of green, and uh, more on the top. The green is getting more old, so it's getting a little bit more dark than the one that I have here at the edge. I'm guessing the edges are very new branches, so they grow this year, and that's why they are a little bit yellow. Bonjour, a little bit yellow green here, and here we have. My new friend is gonna plant here something, so they are moving towards me. Or they just want to see what I'm doing, because that's usually when I start drawing outside. That's usually what people do. They come to see what I'm doing. So here behind is that famous pine tree. That's when you need a little bit of strength and force, and have to hold and do the little bit of things here. Okay, and then there will be dark down, and then all around is a little bit bluish, so I will use the blue and slightly light green color. So I'd say if we do the green grass, it will be here, and then behind the mountain with the mimosa on it, and another thing here. Okay. Oh, oh, good. There's planting going on. This is the new mimosa tree that's going to be planted here. Oh, and we can see it, how they planted. So I'll move here so you can see how it's planted into what it is. So here is another green grass, and then behind is a little bit of bluish, grayish fence and some undergrowth, which remind me, uh, I hope that next week I will do the stream from incredibly beautiful site near Monaco with a beautiful view, which I once passed by foot, and it's you can get there only by foot. So I'll just take all my art supply and I'll go and sketch it. So again, follow me. I'm just thinking that before tourist season, I definitely have to do it. So a little bit of mountain here. And a little bit here. So this one is a little bit should be darker. And here will be, and here is the that tree, which I will a little bit do it darker. This is the pine tree. And so here is a shadow of Mimosa, which is very, very dark. I should find some uh, ultramarine. So I'm going to find my ultramarine here, which make it very, very dark. In fact, the ultramarine uh, color for the shadows, good to know about this from the special notes created, I think, maybe even by Claude Monet for artist Gustave Caillebotte. There was an incredible exhibition of Gustave Caillebotte's life in his property in, it's not Evelyn, it's I forgot the name of the city. It's next to Paris, about 40 minutes from Paris. It's his estate where he lived and he painted. And because he was not a professional artist, he hired a very professional, very famous artist to tell him how to do the paintings. And the artist actually basically gave him a grid and some ideas. Like, for example, they told which color is going as a shadow under this tree, the shadow in the afternoon, the shadow in the morning, and he just basically painted it as a painting on the numbers. And that was incredible. He that didn't allow to photograph that because it will be very useful for me. So I think I did a little bit of notes with the pencil in my book, but it will be great to see those notes from that time again. But that's what I found out from there, that all the shadows in the daytime under the sun, if you use that ultramarine like this color, this blue, deep blue color, it's very good for you. So the shadows are not black, they are dark blue. And they are not green, they are dark blue. Okay, donc. Yeah. And behind here is another bush, which I have to. And down here, the grass here is rather green. So I'll just put a little bit of green here. And here is a little bit of green new branches of mimosa. And I will use a little bit of light green with the kind of sap green. for the grass, because the grass is still greener here than the mountain behind. And I'll do a little bit of here. All pastel is a rather wonderful, very strange medium, and you can use afterwards dilute the oil with the medium or the turpentine, or you can leave it like this, and it's rather interesting rough effect. So here we are. So here I will do the. I should put here the bench, and so, maybe I should do it. So this is the bench. Up. And it's in the shadow, so we'll make the shadow more visible. So, and behind it is also very, very dark on the mimosa. Good, good, good. And a little bit of green, and then I would say the pink gray floor. That will be pink and gray, and I kind of have this kind of color. The name of it is number violet ochre, violet ochre. What a beautiful name. So it will be this here. It will be violet ochre. And I think now we're missing a little bit of contrast. So what I will do, I'll put a little bit of mimosa trees up in here, and a little bit of contrast. And a little bit more of the shadows. It's never hurt. The shadows are always good for any of the plants. And I'll do the trunks of the mimosa as well. There we are. So this is my colored version of mimosa with the oil pastel. Okay. So now I have to find another tree, and I think on the other side here is also very wonderful trees, uh, which is a small tree, probably not very old. And let me walk you there. So this tree is over here, and it just had a very beautiful. It just had a very beautiful background. So let's see what is this tree as a friend under the tree. Hello, friend. So this one, so this tree, this one here. Up, look at this park. So this is Acacia del Bata Grane, and it's from here. It's from Riviera. So yes, that's a good point. Let's do the local tree, local mimosa tree, which is again acacia. I keep forgetting because mimosa is such a much more beautiful word than acacia, and acacia is always in my mind. For example, it is the tree with the white flowers that you can eat. But yes, and so here is my drawing from the far. I'm working with my friends here. Okay, so let me put my tripod again. Have a little bit of water. And while I'm preparing my easel, you can see the guys finishing planting the mimosa tree. I think you can see that, right? Up. Okay.
All right, I think I'm back. Sorry, my phone had no battery. My friends are almost finished doing the mimosa planting, and I am moved back to the drawing of the other mimosa almost. Right.
And what I'm thinking to do is I did already with the pastel, with the ink, but I have a wonderful, wonderful medium which called charcoal. And with my favorite charcoal box, which is of charcoal in it, but in fact from the spicy fish roll from Japan. I just love these boxes. They're just like perfect for my charcoal. So what I'm gonna do the one charcoal going. So here they planted the tree. Another mimosa in this park. Okay, let me put you uh, on another view of this of the thing, so you can see my working station. That's why I like parks, because you can easily uh, put your stuff there. And I will be doing this beautiful bush and with those beautiful pines as well. It just feels very Riviera to me with it. So this is the bush. It looks like a little bit like my hair in the morning, unbrushed hair. And then behind is a big tree. I don't know what kind of is this tree, but it's big and also a lawn. So the green lawn there. And this tree has that very small stem with the wooden sticks that hold it. Of course, it has a shadow in the grass. And the shadow going this way because it's lunchtime, so the sun is going from the sea towards the mountains. And here is the lawn coming up from there here. And there's a small tree, there's a path, then there's a small tree, another mimosa tree, but which I'm not paying attention to it because I'm more interested in this wonderful Pinea pines. I think this is kind of Roman Pinea, Roman pine trees, and probably it's either two or it's one which has a very big trunk and divided in two high up. They're just like this kind of parasol pine trees are just always amaze me. And in Rome, they are definitely something to admire when you are in Rome and going into the park or into the ancient site, ancient Roman site. And there's another one, which is at the far end. And under it is the cypress. And this one is a little bit like that. And if you didn't know, there was a famous Italian composer, Respighi, who created an absolutely wonderful and beautiful composition, musical composition called Kini of Rome. And if you YouTube it, you can find it, I guess. Worth listening. It is just a very beautiful music. And so behind here there is an undergrowth. That's how we will see the mimosa. And then at the very back there will be another cypresses that grow in there. So here I will do a little bit of undergrowth so that we can see mimosa, and then this big tree as well as this one. So I will just first do a little bit of branches that's supporting this, the big head of the piña. Charcoal is the medium that gives you such a freedom and such feeling of rough, earthy, kind of difficult to explain, but it's a very pleasant material for the artist. So here I have to do a little bit of dark tree. And sometimes I use a small chops of the charcoal to do a little bit of this kind of effects, which the whole body of charcoal is using for making big strokes. And where was I? I think I was in Milan a week ago, and I went to the local art store and I bought a huge chalks. Like they're really big, like that big. I didn't unpack it, but probably I will do a video of unpacking these chalks. I'm looking forward to use them because I can imagine the big chalks can be very interesting to work with. So let's see. So I'm doing this interesting tree, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of undergrowth under it. So here is the tree. And so we are back to mimosa. And so I just need to do a little bit of mimosa to shape her up a little bit. I'm just thinking why I am speaking very funny. It's because I didn't have any coffee today. And I got up and I went directly straight to this area because in a couple hours I have to be back before the traffic hits, and I'll be stuck in traffic forever. So this is also a mimosa tree. And here is the mimosa tree as well. So this one I have to. And this mimosa has a little bit of leaves, so I'm just putting a little bit of greenage inside it. And here is a little bit of shadow, but it still have. I think it's also this sort is a little bit early sort, so it's almost out of bloom, but it still have a beautiful dark yellow, almost ochre, old gold feel to it. Here and here I will do the probably the grass. So Yeah, maybe I'll do the stripes to show it a little bit. The grass will give us the shape of mimosa better if I will shape the grass. And here is the road, so the road will shape in the way that it's, yeah, why not? Let it be like that. So here is the cypress, and I'll just work a little bit more on pinus because it's a tree that was taken care of. Yeah, well, so now I have to sign it, and then the most difficult part is to fix it because the fixation of the charcoal sometimes can be very challenging because the charcoal can flow, fly with the liquid. It can go with the liquid, and then it's really not nice. Here we are. So now I have a fixative, but to fix the charcoal, you have to put it down. Another way, it will not finish very well. So I'm putting it here, and I'll show you how I fix it. So when it's on a flat surface, when I'm fixing it, it's not dribbling, and so it might stay like it is. I do couple times because sometimes you never know where it's fixed. So yes, I use a lot of fixative, but then I'm very sure that it will stay and I can transport it and then put it in the frame. I'm just I'm just a little bit before I will finish my stream. I will do another one charcoal drawing of the landscape behind. So that tree, it will be here. If you can see, this not this here. This landscape over there is a very the Mediterranean Alps landscapes, which uh, I was drawing for many years, and uh, I've been staying in lots of different villages and towns here. So for me, the mountains, the Mediterranean mountains, are very interesting to draw all the time. So I thought, like, I will again pay tribute to my life in the Riviera, and we'll do this drawing. Especially there's the small bushes of mimosa just in front, so it will be exactly perfect for my stream today, which is the mimosa stream, and it will also pay tribute to my life as an artist in this beautiful part of the world. And this one is going to wait for me to go back. Up. So I would say I'll put it this way. So horizontal or landscape. And as we know, sometimes wind can be funny, so I'm attaching my paper and I'm back to my spicy raw charcoal box. It's very interesting. Artists are sometimes like cats or dogs. They don't need to have an expensive toys to play with. They're very happy with like a box from the fish roll. And I think this box is the most comfortable for me as an artist to go around and draw because it's very light and it's very secure for my charcoal. Okay, I'm checking if you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can see. Let's do it. So there is this dark tree over here. In front of it is a mimosa bush, which is like a, I think it's poorest mimosa bush in this park because it has a very not many flowers on it. And here is another small bush of mimosa, but it's a difference probably will be this kind of very tiny bush. And there is a passage with a child in pink. There's another bush. And then there is mimosa bushes. And this is, I guess this is the, oh, and this is the, my new friend dog. I'm surrounded by very large dogs here, so sometimes it's very unexpected to see somebody big animal just approaching you, which I don't mind if they're nice. So this is the, I don't think it's a Christmas tree or it's the, oh, merci beaucoup. Oh, merci. I've got a flower. I've got a mimosa flower from the gardeners. Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to buy a cat one. So let's do that. Oh, so so I'll have a small mimosa in in home, and I'll draw it. Okay, so here we have the cypress, and here is a beautiful this kind of young screen trees, which is hint gray or how it was. It was violet ochre. I like that color name, violet ochre. Sennelier has a wonderful naming of the colors, so violet ochre is very good. And here we are up, and then there is the park with the pine trees and some buildings. I don't like sometimes put too much buildings in a place because I think without the buildings, the nature is pretty beautiful, so we don't need it. So here I will use my tiny charcoal to do the purple ochre effect. So I think that it is hint purple ochre color. And here is behind there's the forest going here, and then there is another forest going here. And this mountain is probably the mountain of Mujan, which is at the top of the Cannes, uh, famous for the Cannes Festival. So here I have to do the, so this is the that Christmas tree, which is Christmas tree, which is Christmas tree. And so we'll do that. There's another one here. So I can come here back in the Christmas time to draw the Christmas trees. And here is some bamboo, I think it's. So the bamboo will be this one. And then there's a big tree. There's a little bit of branches. And so this tree, of course, is very dark, which is not this color of the charcoal. And if you didn't know, charcoal also has different colors and different structures, depends on the wood they use. So there's a willow one, there's cherry tree, there is uh, which one? Willow for sure, vines, um, yeah, and birch. It depends like what kind of you're using, and it's give a different effect. I think everybody's leaving for lunch, which is a great idea. And that's how I end up with a very small charcoal. Okay, and so here now I have to do a little bit of, so this is the houses here. And behind them there's a little bit of forest, and here is another house. I was a couple days ago in the city, French city of Narbonne, and I went up the tower to see the city from the top, and there was the roofs of the main city hall was such a beautiful that I was just standing there and just was drawing it. Sadly, not with my ink, but with a pencil, but it was working as well. So roofs are, especially in Provence, is a big inspiration for the artists. So here we have this. This will be the fence, and here there is another dark plants, and here is our purple ochre. And so here is the grass, and we will see um, the mimosa bushes because they will have a shadow. So here is the shadow of this one. Ah, the smell of mimosa here is insane, which is absolutely lovely. That's a smell of spring, the smell of heat that will come soon back to our land. Such a nice smell of it. Oh, I see what it was. I thought it was a Lelandi, but that was a mimosa here. So I'll put just a little bit of mimosa here, hidden under the thing. So here is the grass. So what I can do with the grass? I'll do this here, and yeah, I think pretty much. Maybe I'll do a little bit of mountain here, and yeah, I think that's pretty much done. So my signature, and I have to fix it because it's a charcoal, and charcoal needs to be fixed. And look at this, the gardeners gave me. Oh, I just like, I'm touched. I have it on video, so it was not me going and vandalize this beautiful park. So going down, and let's fix it. So the first thing is to remove the holders, because if not, they will also imprint on the drawing. There's a whole new generation of artists from 90s and early 2000s whose artwork is just huge, charcoal drawings, and they are huge. I think it's Robert Longo is don't know where this artist from, but he was doing the amazing drawings, hyper realistic of sharks and some objects. I think, yeah, I remember I saw them a couple times in some exhibitions. Yeah, charcoal is actually great. It's very tricky, but it's a very interesting medium. Yeah, why I didn't see Longo for a long time? Yes, long time. I had to check where he's now. Anyway, so this is uh, another drawing, and what I'm thinking to do now is I am bringing you uh, on a walk around this park, and let's see the different mimosa trees. I'll just need to park myself a little bit, and then I will take you with me because as I also never been here, and it seems like the city of Mandelieu is taking care nicely about it, so we can see an interesting mimosa plants here. We are just few kilometers from the famous grass, the city of grass, where the most of the perfumery in the world are produced. So mimosa is one of the big production here as well. I think Mandelieu is historically one of the biggest plantation of mimosa in the area and in Europe. Oh, here we are. Yeah, as an artist, I have a lot of things to pack. So I'll do it fast, but I need to pack it because I can't leave it here. Somebody will might like my drawings and, and my other belongings. So we have to look after it. So here we are. I'm packing it into my art bag. Hey, up. The most tricky is my open ink bottle, but I hope I won't dribble too much on my outfits. Okay, I think we're done. So we'll put it here somewhere. So it's a freshly cut mimosa. So this should be staying for a couple more days with me. Okay, now you see why the Barbizon school like to see it in Barbizon and not having this all these materials with them up, going around. It's because artists always have a lot of art things to carry with. So let's go and see the beautiful mimosa garden with the hundreds of mimosa things in it. I will put it probably like this so we can see it. So that bush which I did sketch first, let's see what it is. I can read it. So here is also mimosa which has no flowers at all. This is Mandelieu mimosa from Australia. This is mimosa looks like our usual mimosa, and this is Silvestris, also from Australia. And here's my bush of mimosa, which probably has the name, maybe somewhere behind. So there's a tiny one here, and the name of it is Marande Iced Valley, so from Australia. Let's see if we find what is this mimosa. Oh, look at that! Look at this mimosa! Look at that! I think actually I did see this mimosa in California. This is longifolia mimosa, also from Australia. But look at that. And the smell is amazing. So what is this big bush? I think this is like a common mimosa or common acacia. And it's just quite few of them here, as you can see. So they don't have any indications. Look at that one, that huge mimosa. So we come into this common mimosa. Yeah, that's the mimosa that you can buy in the shops in the season. But then there is the one that I can see from here, and this is behind this tree. Remove the hat. And this is this mimosa. Look at the size of it. Look at the size of it. I also think that doesn't have any name of that. So we'll go to some interesting mimosa trees, which are rare and we don't really see it. Oh, you can play chess here. You can come with a dog, you can play chess. This is the beautiful images of mimosa. Very nice. Oh, look, there's behind the gate, there's another mimosa. And as you can see on the mountains, you can see a lot of mimosa there. So here is a very strange mimosa, which is called Acacia eremonphila variabilis from Australia. Let's come near to it. Look at that. This is mimosa too. Won't be very popular on the market. And here is also mimosa with the name, what is the name? Oh, here's the name. So the name is Consobrina, also from Australia. So Australians, you must be really, really very happy to have so many beautiful flowers here. There's another mimosa here. It doesn't have any flowers, and it's called Mimosa cognata. I think there was flowers, or they're already gone. Oh, this one is very, very pretty. Look at this bush. And this is Mimosa coveni. Mimosa coveni. It's definitely not like our usual mimosa here. Beautiful bush. Here is another mimosa. I think it's actually not yet even open. Yeah, it's a late mimosa with very strange leaves. And this mimosa tree is uncinata. Mimosa uncinata, Australia. So it's a late mimosa bush. And here, what do we have here? This is like almost bonsai. Mimosa bonsai. Look at that. It's like an ancient Japanese tree. Sadly, there's no name of it. So let's let it be bonsai mimosa. There's also mimosa, but there's no name. And here is another mimosa, which is, I think this is the end of it. So here we are. And the name of it is Spectabilis. And it is from Australia. Here is another bonsai type of mimosa. Look at that, like these branches. No name, but very beautiful. And this one is Mimosa amoena. Mimosa amoena. There's a very big, large bulb here. Looking scary, so we move out. And this is the mimosa that I did draw as well. I think it doesn't have also the name, but this is what they sell around here. Look at this. So I think on this fine note, after like 2 hours of sketching and smelling mimosa and watching how the mimosa was planted, I think I will say goodbye for today. I'm very happy that I brought you to one of my favorite spots to draw my favorite flower that celebrates the spring. And I'll see you soon. So please subscribe, like, and see you soon. Bye.